What should I know before I buy my first house? This is a question every first-time homebuyer should be asking. The home buying process is scary and it can be overwhelming. But if you know the benefits of homeownership and have a solid understanding of the home buying process, the fear is quickly replaced with excitement as you begin your journey to owning a home. In today's video, I'll give you the best tips on how to buy a home for the first time. Hi, I'm Ty the Real Estate Guy, and if you'd like to stay up to date on latest real estate tips and trends, subscribe to my channel below and ring that little bell. If you have questions or comments at any time during this video, please leave a message below. If you'd like to buy, sell, build a home, or invest in Utah real estate, please feel free to call or text. I would love to talk with you. Before we get going, you should know that buying a home is the best financial decision most people ever make. As a matter of fact, home ownership is the fastest, safest, and easiest way to build wealth. Andrew Carnegie, who became one of the richest Americans in history, famously said 90% of all millionaires become so through owning real estate. But it's not all about the money. Words can't describe the beauty of owning a home or the impact home ownership will have on you and your family. There's something magical about having a place you can call your home, a place of your own. Your home will be a refuge from the world for you and your family, and it will be a place where the most special memories are made. Buying a house will change your life for the better and for many reasons that you've never considered. If you watch to the end, I'll show you how quickly owning real estate can change your life and explain how easy it is to purchase multiple homes so you can retire early and in style. Okay, let's get to it. This is how to buy a house. First, talk to a lender. Do this before you even spend 1 second looking at homes. A lender will tell you how much money you need to put down to purchase a house, how much home you can afford, and what your monthly mortgage payment will be. And if you don't qualify to buy a home, most lenders will tell you what you need to do to meet the requirements in the future. Be prepared. The lender will ask for a lot of personal information like your last 2 years of tax returns, bank statements, pay stubs, job history, and things of this nature. In most situations, you'll need 2 years of job history. And with your permission, they will run your credit. If you're like me, when I bought my first house, you don't have a clue what a credit score is or how important it is when buying a house. Your credit score is a number given to you that represents your credit worthiness. Credit bureaus score you based on your history of paying bills. If you've been a good, trustworthy individual, quickly repaying your debts, things like paying your credit card or your car payment on time each month, then you'll have a high credit score. On the contrary, the more often you're slow to make these payments, the worse your credit score will be. If you've never taken out a loan or had a credit card, there's a good chance you won't have a credit score at all. If you have bad credit or no credit, lenders will not lend you the money. So a credit score is very important to the home buying process. Oh, and by the way, the better your credit score is, the better terms the lender will give you. So it literally pays to be responsible. Once you've been approved to purchase a home, a good lender will give you a few options and explain the benefits of the different loan programs available to you. They'll tell you how much money you need to put down at a minimum and how your mortgage rate and monthly payment will change based upon your down payment. To get the best terms, generally, you're going to want a credit score of 720 or higher and at least 20% down. For many, the thought of saving tens of thousands of dollars to purchase a home is overwhelming, and for a lot of people, it's nearly impossible. If this is you, I have good news. One of the biggest misconceptions is that you need 20% down to buy a house, but it's just not true. There are multiple loan programs available that allow a smaller down payment. The downside is it will increase your monthly mortgage payment. Why? Because number one, you're borrowing more money, and number two, usually the smaller the down payment is, the higher interest rate that they will give you. The increased rate plus the larger loan amount will increase your monthly mortgage payment, and it can be drastic. And if you don't put 20% down, usually the lender will charge you mortgage insurance. More on this in a moment. There are some zero money down loan programs available for a select few. And this is another reason that you should reach out to a lender. But don't get your hopes up. The bank requires that most people have some skin in the game. This means that you'll most likely need to save for a down payment. Hopefully you've already put some money away. Because most of us don't have hundreds of thousands of dollars just sitting in our bank accounts, we need to take out a loan to purchase a house. Lenders will require that you put a minimum of 3.5% to 5% down. Then they'll loan you the rest of the money. So to buy a $400,000 home with a minimum of 3.5% down, you'll need about $14,000. This is an FHA loan. Most people try to at least put 5% down so they can get a conventional loan instead. To go conventional, you'll need a minimum of $20,000 for a $400,000 property. In either case, the lender will charge you mortgage insurance. The cost of mortgage insurance is often north of $100 per month. With FHA, you'll have mortgage insurance for the life of that loan. Most people prefer a conventional loan because you can remove mortgage insurance once you have 20% ownership in that property. Often mortgage insurance can be removed in a year or two as the value of your home increases and as you pay down your loan. To avoid mortgage insurance altogether, you need to put 20% down or $80,000 on a $400,000 home. And this is probably why a lot of people think that they need to put 20% down. Those who can't afford to put 20% down often ask, why am I required to pay mortgage insurance? It's because those who put 20% down are far less likely to default on their loan. Now, of course, the bank isn't going to lend you that money for free. They're going to charge you interest on the money they lend you. A fairly common interest rate for a home loan over the last 20 years or so is 4 to 6%. The rate the bank or lender offers you depends on several factors like your credit score, your down payment, and market conditions. In the 1980s, mortgage interest rates ran above 16%. In 2021, mortgage rates hit all-time lows with some people locking in rates below 2%. For those who understand interest rates, buying a house when rates are this low is a no-brainer. And in 2020 and 2021, millions upon millions of people refinanced, dropping their house payments by hundreds of dollars per month, while many others switched to a shorter-term loan, slicing years off their mortgage. These crazy low rates are one of the main reasons the housing market was so hot in 2021, breaking records for all-time home prices increases. As a nation, home values increased nearly 20% year over year, and several cities here in Utah increased by 30% in 2021. So in one short year, your $400,000 home could now be valued at $520,000. It seems crazy, but the super low rates and the housing shortage made the lure of home ownership too strong for a lot of people. It's depressing for those who missed out on these record low rates and the record high home price increase. But waiting longer will only compound the pain and frustration as home prices and mortgage rates are expected to climb through 2022 and possibly longer than that. Check out this graphic. It shows how much waiting to buy could cost you. I think these numbers are conservative as rates could be closer to 4% by the end of the year. You're looking at possibly paying $200 per month or more a year from now. If you look to the left side of this next graphic, you'll see that the average down payment by first-time home buyers is only 7% as opposed to the 20% most people think they need to put down. A common first-time homebuyer mistake is waiting to buy a home until they have 20% down. Why? Because home values often increase at a faster rate than they can save. Mortgage rates change on a daily and sometimes hourly basis. A good lender will be aware of trends, which means they can make a good, educated guess as to what the mortgage rates are expected to do. And as I mentioned earlier, rates are expected to increase over the next few years. As of January 26th, 2022, rates were as follows. For a primary residence, 30-year fixed rate conventional was 3.625%, while FHA and VA were 3.125%. For investment properties, rates were 4.5% with 20% down and 4.125% with 25% down. As I mentioned earlier, the rate you get will depend on several factors. Also, as you're speaking with your lender or your realtor, you'll want to see if there are any special grants available. You'll need to also pay closing costs. The lender, title company, and attorneys will charge you for their services to help you purchase a home. This is typically 2% to 5% of the home's purchase price. The total cost associated with buying a home varies depending on several factors like state fees, lender fees, and the loan type. Closing costs are usually in the $6,000 to $10,000 range. This money is not applied to your loan. It's an actual cost for buying the house. So be prepared to wave bye-bye to that money. It's a hard pill to swallow, but it will be worth it. Most lenders will require that you pay the loan off in 30 years. But if you can swing the higher monthly mortgage payment, they will give you a better interest rate if you go to a 15 or 20-year loan. When you've decided how much money you're willing to put down and you're ready to move forward, the lender will tell you how much home you can afford and tell you what your monthly payment will be. Remember, you do not have to purchase the most expensive property that you qualify for. It's okay to buy a home that's less expensive so you're not overwhelmed by the total cost of your first house. Homeownership comes with other monthly expenses like homeowner's insurance, gas, electric, and the city bill, which includes things like your water, sewer, and garbage pickup. And in some cases, you may have a homeowners association payment as well. Make sure you figure out the total cost of all these items before you sign a contract. Also, you should keep a minimum of 3 months of living expenses in reserves at all times, though I recommend 6 months or more. There's been multiple times, including the Great Recession, that I needed to dig deep into my reserves to make my monthly mortgage payment and pay the bills. If you're looking to buy a home in Utah, I can recommend several trusted lenders. Please don't hesitate to reach out to me. Now, before you start looking at homes, reach out to a trusted local realtor. In Utah, that's me, Tyler Real Estate Guy. Though, if I'm being completely honest, there are a few other great realtors here in Utah. In each state, you should be able to find an agent who will take good care of you. And this should probably be the first thing that you do, even before you talk to a lender. Why? Because as a realtor, I take a lot of pride in taking care of my clients. Those of us who have been around have worked with dozens of lenders. We've learned which ones will take great care of our clients and the ones that don't. So the right realtor will put you in touch with a great lender. It's also important that you hire a realtor with a good reputation and a proven track record. It's likely there are dozens of great realtors serving the area where you're looking to purchase a property, but there's also dozens of agents who really don't know what they're doing. Some of these agents could be a family member or a friend, and they will be offended when you don't use them, but I would not trust someone with little to no experience to help me make what will most likely be the biggest financial decision of my life. I'm not trying to be rude, but I've seen huge mistakes made by inexperienced agents. Some people think they can save money by not using a realtor. I would say that if you have a lot of experience buying homes, that might be true. But I have seen people make significant financial blunders by not having a realtor. Recently, an acquaintance of mine who had asked for my advice on multiple occasions decided to go at it on his own and offered tens of thousands of dollars above the asking price on a property. The sellers accepted the offer immediately. My guess is that I could have realistically saved this individual $25,000. No joke. And then a few years ago, a close friend of mine who also asked my advice on multiple occasions decided to list his home with a discount brokerage. He excitedly told me they'd sold his home in just one day. When I looked up the comps in the area, he had sold his home for $20,000 below its value and likely $30,000 less than what I could have sold it for. To his surprise, the discount brokerage was never available to answer his questions, so he contacted me several times throughout the closing process. This is another example where someone could have hired me and made more money even after paying a normal commission. I have dozens of similar stories, but I think you get the point. Now, here's the good news for those of you looking to buy a home. The realtor you hire will cost you nothing. That's right, you don't pay the buyer's agent. The seller pays the buyer's agent and the listing agent. The commissions are negotiated before the home is listed for sale. The seller agrees to pay the listing brokerage a certain percentage, whether the buyer brings a realtor or not. And a good realtor will protect you on multiple fronts. So how do you find a great realtor? Well, you can do a Google search for local realtors and read online reviews. Or you can ask your friends and family if they've had a good experience working with a particular agent and why. If someone recommends one of their family members or a friend, you want to do some research and confirm that they've done more than just a handful of transactions. An experienced realtor will help you quickly find homes that fit your specific parameters. They'll set the appointments to view the homes, and when you find a house that you love, the realtor will prepare the offer and help you navigate the confusing and stressful process of putting the house under contract and negotiating the best terms. Once your offer is accepted, you'll need to deliver an earnest money check, which shows the seller your offer is serious. Be prepared to leave a deposit of approximately 1% of the home's asking price. So on a $500,000 home, you'd offer $5,000 in earnest money. Once the offer is accepted by the seller, you're both committed. You'll want to contact your lender immediately and let them know that you just went under contract. It usually takes 30 to 45 days to close on the property. During this time, it's your responsibility to do your due diligence on the house and the surrounding area. The seller will send you a property condition disclosure where they are legally obligated to explain anything that has been or is currently broken or damaged in the home. Then you want to hire a home inspector. Yes, it will cost you a few $100s, but it's worth it because the inspector will give you a list of things that are damaged, need to be repaired or replaced, and things that may need to be replaced in the near future. A good realtor will help you renegotiate by asking the seller to repair or replace items on the list or offer a discount on the home. In most cases, the cost of repairs needed exceeds the cost of the home inspection. So usually it pays for itself. And I recently had a test from a home inspection that came back with high levels of meth in the home. We were able to cancel the contract in time and save the client from an expensive mistake and, more importantly, a dangerous situation. If you're building a home, you don't necessarily need a home inspection. I've personally built 5 times and never had one, but it can't hurt. If you're concerned or if it'll help you sleep at nights, please hire a home inspector. Now, you're ready to close on the home. This usually takes place at a title company. They'll confirm that there are no liens on the property and that everything's in line for your closing. At this time, you'll wire your money from your bank and sign a pile of documents. Honestly, your hand might cramp up. Beware of wire fraud though. Always contact the title company by phone and confirm before you wire any money. If you are fooled and you wire the money to a criminal, there's a very good chance you will never see that money again. After signing at the title company, it will take a few hours and sometimes a full business day for your funds to clear and for everything to record with the city. The title company will reach out and let you know that the house is yours. Once this happens, you can get the keys. Congratulations, you just bought your first home. Now, why do I care so much if you buy a home or not? Because I have personally seen the amazing benefits. Another reason is that homeownership shrinks the gap between the wealthy and the poor. A few years ago, the Federal Reserve reported that homeowners are 40 times wealthier than renters. Since this information was shared, the cost to rent and the price of homes have skyrocketed, drastically increasing the wealth gap. There are loads of benefits for those who own a home. It will drastically change your life. If you're still not sure you want to buy a house, you'll want to watch the top 10 benefits of owning a house. If you'd like to learn how to use your first house as a stepping stone to becoming a millionaire investor, you'll want to follow my 310 real estate investing program. Real estate is the best retirement program in the world, and it all starts with the purchase of your first property. I'll show you just how easy it is to purchase 3 homes in just 10 years. If you follow my program, 20 to 30 years from now, maybe sooner, you can retire in style. I'm not gonna go in depth on my 310 program today, but if you'd like to learn more, I'll put a link to that video below as well. Buying real estate is the best financial decision that I have ever made. One of my only regrets is that I didn't start buying investment properties sooner. If I had purchased just one property in my early 20s, that home would probably be paid off. It would realistically be valued in the $400,000 range. Safely, I could charge $1,800 per month in rent, equaling $21,600 per year. And because rent increases over time, the monthly rent would only continue to climb year after year. What if I had purchased 3 properties in my 20s? It's easy to see how powerful investing in real estate can be and how it makes millionaires out of more people than any other form of investing. Buying a house can be scary, but it will change your life for the better. One of the main reasons I became a realtor was so I could guide great people just like you through the process of buying, selling, or building a home, and then hopefully becoming a real estate investor. Thankfully, through my YouTube channel, I've been able to help people all over the world. I have hundreds of videos to guide you through the process. I'll put links to the most helpful videos below. If you're looking to buy, sell, build a home, or invest in Utah real estate, please feel free to contact me directly. I would love to talk with you. If there's something in this video that stood out to you as being helpful, or if you have questions, please comment below. I'll always do my best to respond to each one of you. If you know someone who's thinking about buying a home, please share this video with them. And please don't forget to hit the subscribe button below and ring that bell to be notified each time I post new videos. Also, you can find me on Instagram at Ty, the Real Estate Guy. If you found this information helpful, please give me a thumbs up. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to ring that little bell below. It'll make you feel good.